Tensions are boiling over in the South China Sea. On November 25, 2025, another standoff erupts. Chinese Coast Guard vessels shadow Philippine supply boats near the Second Thomas Shoal, firing water cannons. This is no longer just a familiar skirmish. Something fundamental has shifted. The Philippines, long the underdog, has made a bold move, the Philippine Maritime Zones Act. This law defines the nation's maritime territory under international law, directly challenging Beijing's sweeping claims. Manila's new law codifies its territorial sea, exclusive economic zone and continental shelf, all based on the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It's a declaration: the Philippines will no longer be defined by another nation's lines. The law is a game-changer, backed by a landmark international ruling. For years, China's 9-dash line has fueled confrontations across the region. Now, Manila fires back with its own official map, one that will be taught in schools, used in government, and presented worldwide. The Philippines is taking control of its story, one coordinate at a time. The battle for the South China Sea has entered a new, legalistic, and potentially decisive phase. The Philippine Maritime Zones Act is more than legislation. It's a shield built on international law. The Act defines a 12 nautical mile territorial sea, a 24 nautical mile contiguous zone, and a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. These are not new claims, but rights granted under UNCLOS. The law is a direct result of the 2016 Hague Tribunal, which ruled China's 9-dash line had no legal basis. China rejected the ruling, but the Philippines has now embedded it into national law. This shifts the conflict from military might to legal principle, sending a message: we follow the rules. It puts Beijing in a tough spot: ignore the law and risk global isolation. The act unifies all government agencies under one legal framework, ending confusion over maritime boundaries. This clarity strengthens the Philippines' ability to manage resources, protect its environment, and enforce its laws. It's an act of internal consolidation that projects external strength. The shield not only protects against outside claims, but unifies the defenders within. The law is both a national anchor and a diplomatic weapon. Manila's legal precision is now its strongest defense. At the heart of this conflict is a battle of maps. The Philippines wields a new official map, drawn with legal and geographic precision under UNCLOS. Every zone, territorial sea, EEZ, continental shelf, is clearly defined. In contrast, China's infamous 9-dash, now 10-dash line is vague, sweeping, and legally baseless. The 2016 tribunal explicitly rejected China's historic rights claims. The dashes are not tied to specific land features, and their coordinates remain unpublished. The Philippines uses the language of international law. China relies on its own contested narratives. This makes dialogue difficult. One side uses a standard ruler, the other a stick with arbitrary marks. China's shifting lines reveal their political, not historical, nature. The Philippine map is fixed and stable, exposing the weakness of ambiguous claims. Manila's move forces the world to choose clear rules or arbitrary power. The legal map is a powerful tool in the global debate. The Philippines is betting on the strength of law over the force of might. For Filipino fishermen, this isn't just geopolitics, it's survival. Generations have fished waters like Scarborough Shoal, well within the Philippines' EEZ. But Chinese harassment, chased by Coast Guard ships, catch confiscated, boats damaged, has devastated livelihoods. Many now fish closer to shore, deepening poverty. The new Maritime Zones Act and official map offer hope. The law is a promise. These waters belong to the Filipino people. It gives the Coast Guard and Navy a stronger mandate to protect citizens. Now, when fishermen are harassed, the government can cite national law, not just international treaties. This strengthens diplomatic protests and empowers communities. The map helps fishermen understand their rights and boundaries. Community leaders can document and report violations with precision. The law and map transform grievances into formal violations of sovereign rights. Coastal communities become active defenders of national territory. For the fisherman in his boat, the sea is, by right, his own. The Philippines' claim is rooted in both modern law and deep history. The 1734 Murillo-Velarde map, commissioned by Spain, clearly includes areas like Scarborough Shoal as Philippine territory. Presented at The Hague in 2016, it helped dismantle China's historic rights argument. The new official map, based on UNCLOS, is the modern successor to this legacy. By embracing both historical maps and modern law, the Philippines builds a multi-layered claim. It's not new, it's ancient, and it's legal. This history is now taught in schools, connecting Filipinos to a legacy of sovereignty. The dispute becomes a defense of national heritage, not just legal rights. The new map deepens national resolve to protect the sea as home. The new official map is a nation-building tool. For the first time, the Philippines has a single, government-sanctioned map showing its full territory and maritime zones. Displayed in government offices, schools, and embassies, it's a powerful symbol of unity. The map fills in the blank blue space, teaching children about their EEZ and continental shelf. It instills ownership and responsibility for the maritime domain. The fight for the West Philippine Sea becomes a concrete reality for all Filipinos. The map provides a common reference, building national consensus on defending maritime rights. It guides development, conservation, and resource management. By clearly delineating sovereign areas, it encourages investment and responsible stewardship. The map is a blueprint for a future where Filipinos harness their own resources. It's a map of opportunity, not just territory. In diplomacy, clarity is a weapon. The new Philippine map, backed by law, is now Manila's sharpest diplomatic tool. Diplomats can simply unroll the map. This is our claim, backed by international law. Show us yours. This puts pressure on China to justify its claims, something it cannot do legally. The map rallies support from allies like the US, Japan, Australia, and the EU. It strengthens the Philippines' position in ASEAN, encouraging a coalition for UNCLOS-based solutions. The map is also a tool of public diplomacy, shaping the global narrative. Manila disseminates it worldwide, ensuring the world sees its principled stance. In the long-term struggle, shaping opinion is as vital as patrols. The map is Manila's ambassador, telling its story 24/7. It's a quiet, relentless campaign for the rule of law. The South China Sea dispute is a global test case. Will the world be governed by law or by might? The outcome affects maritime security, global trade, and international stability. 1/3 of global shipping passes through these waters. China's sweeping claims threaten freedom of navigation and set a dangerous precedent. The Philippine approach defends the global system, insisting all nations are protected by law. This is why so many countries support Manila. The US-Philippines alliance is under scrutiny. Credibility is at stake. The issue is not just territorial. It's about upholding the rules that benefit everyone. The stakes are high for the future of the global order. As the sun sets over the South China Sea, a defining struggle unfolds. It's a test of wills, and of the rules that have kept global peace. The Philippines has drawn its line, backed by law, history, and international support. China faces a choice: continue its path of intimidation and isolation, or respect international law and negotiate. The consequences will echo for generations. The Philippines has shown that smaller nations have agency. They can use law, diplomacy, and unity to defend their rights. By codifying its maritime zones and creating a new map, Manila sets a model for others. It's a modern David and Goliath, with law as the slingshot. The world is watching. Will the international community stand by its principles? This is about more than resources. It's about the future of global order. On the front lines, the Philippines stands its ground. The next chapter will be written by the choices made today.